after 77 days of travelling and 24 days here in Malaysia.
It may be April Fool's Day, but
we're picking up the van today. It's so exciting.
It's crazy, really. It's been a very, very long time.
We're out at Port Klang and we are here at our customs clearing agent, and we just have to do the last few things to pick up at Swivel.
Yeah, get a little bit of paperwork first, and then yeah, supposedly she's just over there.
Yeah.
It's nuts. We haven't been this close to our van
since December the 5th, and today is the 1st of August. No, it's not. So we haven't been this close since December the 5th, and today is the 1st of April.
Well, we'll take you with us, and let's go get our van. We've got all our documentation and yeah, all our paperwork. So that's that ticked. Now we've actually got to physically get a Swivel, which hopefully is just here.
Unfortunately, apart from some bird poo, our middle solar panel seems to be smashed in too. In fact, so does our top one, which is not good because we're going to have to get, I don't know if that means we don't have any power. Everything else looks fine, but we'll just see. There she is, the legendary Swivel. So we're inside. As I was just saying, there's some damage to probably our front two and our middle solar panels, so that's going to be a pain. I don't know if that means we don't have power. We're just gonna have to see what happens. And now I'm inside, and I fully thought the inside of the fridge would be all moldy, but it's not clean, but it's okay. But our bedding is all yellow.
Yeah.
I might wash that tonight. Whoa, we put this in to collect moisture. Holy crap. It's up to there. I don't know where I put the other one. Oh, it's so nice to have her home. Who do we talk to about this?
I'm guessing New Zealand first, because the other one's looking insurance policy.
Right. So we're just picking her up, and as we're walking around we notice some damage to the middle solar panel on the left hand side, and so we just climbed up to the roof to have a look, and it's not looking great because it's not just that one, but it's this whole middle panel. So this is our, I can't remember how many watts, I want to say 600 watts, and then these are 100s each of solar. They're all damaged, and it looks as if something's rested here because this is our uni strut piece. And if you remember anything about how we built our van, I can link the video up here. This is quite integral, and this is all a pain in the ass to deal with. So this is going to have to be some kind of insurance claim. Darryl's hunch, if we look over here into the shipping container, is there's that cradle, that cradle set up on top of there that they would use to lift it. And so his hunch is that somehow that's where the damage has come from. This is our personal effects, and we've just been told that one reason that we've had such a long delay was that they weren't expecting to have a vehicle, camper van full of personal effects, and that's what's caused the issue. And then look, it's our bed. Our pillows somehow have gone very yellow, and I don't know why, but I can wash them before we go. Bit annoyed?
Of course.
It's very frustrating and possibly expensive, but we'll deal with, as we always have to. This was her home, and Darryl tracked this number all over the world. So she was in here, all strapped in, and then, yeah, just that bit of damage. I mean, it could be a lot worse, could definitely be a lot better. So now we've got to get back in there. This is all to reconnect the batteries.
Oh, a socket thing, darling.
Oh, yep. In here, these are our batteries, and we had to disconnect all the ports for shipping.
Can you take it? Alright, so I've just got to hook the power terminals back into the battery trees.
One of of the advantages, of building your own van is that you can take it back apart.
Yep. Alright, so we're at 29,024 kilometres. And now 0.
Comment below how many kilometres you think it's going to take us to get from here in Port Klang in Malaysia to where are we going to set a destination point? The top of Scotland. So just write a comment. How many Ks do you think we'll do? And when we get to the top of Scotland, we will give a prize to the person who's got closest. I don't know what the prize is, some haggis or something like that, but we'll figure it out. Oh look, Taylor Swift's coming on. It's like we're home.
Alright.
First drive. So this is our first 24 hours in the van. The first hour has only gone a little bit how we imagined. Obviously we're a bit rattled by the smashed up solar power, but Darryl has turned on the back 2 solar panels which we think are undamaged, and that means that we'll be able to use that to draw obviously solar power into the van.
Also a good thing too is we still have the DC to DC.
Yeah.
So we're good there.
And we also have the ability to plug into shore power if we need to, which I think we have a universe, I think our plugs work here. So it's not like we're going to be without power, it just means somewhere along the way we're going to have to deal with an insurance claim and repairs because we cannot live like this. Well, who knows, maybe we can. But what we cannot live without is no fuel. So our first stop is actually a diesel station, which thankfully we know there is one just at the end of this road. And in addition to getting diesel, I'm getting a drink. But one of the things I'm just loving is there's aircon coming directly on my face. It's so nice. I love our home. It is nice to be home. Thank you FM Global Logistics for helping us get our van to Malaysia. That's our diesel price today. Baby's first overseas drink. I feel like this should have some kind of fanfare moment. Need a card? Hey Darryl, that's one hurdle done. Yeah. Woo! Baby's first toll booth. So these are going to help us with paying our tolls. So Darryl has the toll booth fly swatter. Hey! Look, she's driving confidently. We built this van to be an international travelling van. She's just had her first drink of diesel. Now she's out exploring the world. The poor girl's been stuck in a container. How's the drive been, baby?
Yeah, it's been fine. Yeah.
Look at this, third time touch and go. He's bloody champion. It's about 7 ringgit, which is about $3. So our plan tonight is to take the van, take its swivel, back to our Airbnb, park outside, grab some dinner, and then take everything from our Airbnb and get packed up because tomorrow morning we're going to be heading out pretty early. Hey, there they go. Petronas Towers. So here we are in this has been our neighbourhood. This is where we've been living. Now, the main question is, can we find a street? Oh, yes. Where are you going to park, bud?
Your destination is on the left.
Right there.
Can you get in there?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a much better driver than me. This is why you drive. I cannot believe it's Wiggles parking in Kuala Lumpur. How nutsy is this?
Well, done.
How you feeling?
Yeah, good. Like,
Hey, turn around when possible and let's go find us a mean steak and cheese pie, Ben.
Shush you. If we could find a mean steak and cheese pie, that would be quite handy for dinner, but... Dinner time?
yeah.
Okay, the time is... Let me have a look. It is 11:02 PM. This is the night we've got the van. Darryl's just unpacked his clothes and his other bits and bobs. And I've got all this somehow to figure out how we fit in. And there's a logic in my brain which I have to tap into. because when we packed the van there was stuff that was just like put it up there so it's out of the way, but that's not where it goes, and same down here. So I'm going to actually just take my sweet time and get everything sorted and organised. I'm going to start with my clothes and then do toiletries. Yeah, I'll just start there. Okay, it is now, what does that say, 12:53. I have a bag of rubbish. I have some crap up here. I've emptied my bag. These need to go in the garage. That needs to go in the garage. Garage. We bought new pillowcases. All of this that is in holding needs to go in the garage. This is rubbish. That's rubbish. I think I've done as much as I can do. The storage under the sofa, that's pretty much full of my multivitamins, all my supplements, and I'm going to eat that down in a year, which is going to make a difference because I'm running out of, I've got too many clothes, I've got too many things, but in time I think this will come right, and I think we'll actually have excess, which will be great. Oh, I meant to show you these. We put these in the van. I opened them up just the day that we departed. No, I dropped it off for shipping, and I thought, oh yeah, just in case, bit of moisture. And so over the nearly 4 months she's been in the van, 4 months, this is how much moisture we collected. So this was in the garage and this was here in the front. And I think it's made a difference. It's day 2 of 24 hours.
So obviously we're in Swivel. We know we've got a problem with the solar panels. So at the moment they're in 3 strings, what actually makes it kind of good for us for what's happened, because at least we've got about 380 watts still available to us. Basically all our electrical stuff is from Victron. It says Victron connect to the app, and then we can communicate with their MPPTs on how much electricity they're producing. So the 2 rear solar panels that we have on the 1 string, it's showing that they're generating power at the moment. So I'm just going to go around the back, flick on the other 2 strings that are damaged, and see if anything, if they are producing any power at all or not.
One thing, just while we talk about damage, that we noticed last night when we were unpacking, we do have a bit of damage on the inside of the van. So this is our shower, and so up here it's a bit smushed. Not the end of the world, but it's just a bit smushed. And then this one cupboard doesn't seem to want to open very easily. And then our ceiling panels, which these are just decorative, but they have they're just a bit popped off there. Yeah, there's one, and then up above your head too, Darryl, another one. So we've got just a bit, big pressure came down on the roof here, and so this and this makes sense. These are the sticky ones, because that's about where that bar goes across. So we're turning them on. A little switch in the back here. Should have possibly done this before I put the snowboards in. Okay, so you got one turned on.
Yeah, the front 2. They're generating making a little bit of power.
We had to go out to Putrajaya to get our vehicle inspected by the Ministry of Transportation, and they were just checking and confirming that the chassis and the engine number align to the vehicle that we've actually brought in. So we're at a different stop now. We have come to find a couple of storage solutions for the van, and so we've come to one of my favourite places that's only just opened in New Zealand, IKEA. And we might also get some lunch here. Wait, just check that one is white. Oh, how would that be?
I'm just not sure, especially as you know it
Curves up.
curves up, and this seems a bit like the other one seems lower.
So we've acquired the goods from IKEA. We're still only about 20 hours, I think, into having the van back, maybe about 19 hours. So we've still got a few things to do before the end of our 24 hours of setup. we did grab the things that we needed, but rather than actually changing around the van layout right now, we're on our way instead to go and meet a motorhome repair customization place who hopefully will be able to help us with the van. So we need some quotes from them for insurance claims, and so that's what we're off to do. So we're hooning across KL to do that. Okay, we're just arriving at the motorhome place. First go at finding a quote. Look at all these motorhomes. Our consultation was really thorough. Sam, who was looking at the vehicle, knew exactly what he was talking about. He and Darryl worked out some really good solutions, and now we just need to wait to hear what the insurance company has to say about our claim. We have pulled into our first car park sleepover spot for the night. We are insulating to try and keep the heat out because it is 30 something degrees, and it's likely to drop to 20 something overnight, high 20s, but it's going to be sticky. So we've got the fans going, we've got the windows open, so thank you very much for that, Darryl, that was good. We've got a few jobs to do before we even think about dinner, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that we need to do, which I ran out of time and steam doing last night, is I need to set up the toilet. So we have a composting toilet, so we've just got to make sure that we've got the compost in there ready to go. It's pretty straightforward, and then once that's in there, it should last us,
we shall see.
yeah, we think about a month before we have to change it out. We also made those purchases at IKEA that you saw us doing earlier, and we need to get those set up so that things don't fall out, and we've got better systems in the van. We've also just got, I'll just show you, we've also just got a pile of crap which needs to get sorted out because we're going to sleep here tonight. And then first dinner in the van.
Yeah.
And what's up, Mr. Chef Man?
Just thinking about nice simple cheese omelettes. Task number 1. This cupboard here. It's always been the plan that this is where the PlayStation was going to be home. So yeah, just got a little bit of extra shelving on it there, just try and make more efficient use of the space. So this is what we're going to do. We bought this here at IKEA. It's a nice little stand, so we've got flat screens in here, just tucked nice in, awesome space. And a little drawer that's got cables basically in it. Then obviously PlayStation, headphones, controller, and other little bits and pieces there as well. Plus managed to get the tripod behind that as well.
Can't see it.
Can't see it there. We hit it so well. So yeah, so success on that one. Next job to go.
So the next job is one that I have created a bit of a mess. So last night I rearranged, we used to have our towels down here, but I've got all these supplements that I've got to take every day. We've got food down in these ones. I'll swap the towels and the supplements. I don't take these all, I mean I take these all every day, but no, not all at once. And this is also where all of our laundry stuff is. Cool, except that when I open the door, things just fall out, so that's not going to work. So at IKEA today, just bought this little basket which should slot in here just to stop things from falling out. So I'm just going to assemble this and then get this all packed away. Okay, the next job is a job that we have to do probably about once a month, and it is sorting out our composting toilet. So we have these briquettes that are used for potting mix, and what we do is we take one of these, add half the amount of water that it recommends to this, smush it all up, and then that becomes the base of our composting toilet. So our composting toilet is a nature's head. It diverts the liquids one way, which we have to clear pretty regularly, and then the solids another way, which we have to clear about probably once a month, we think, living full time in the van. Maybe more, maybe less, time will tell. We bought these from New Zealand because we weren't sure where we were going to be able to find them, and we have a year's worth if it's once per month, and if we need to find more on the road, like obviously we'll figure out how to do that, but just for the first night in the van we're just going to start with what we know. So I've unwrapped that brick, dropped it into the toilet, and now I am just filling it up with water, and then I'll make sure it's all mixed up and ready to go. And just getting all technical on it, here it is. About, let me think, 45 minutes later, so I just have to smush that up to make sure it's all done. And now it's done. Okay, next job. We've got just stuff that needs a home. Our Starlink actually lives up there. Well, most of it. We've got a few randoms that need a home that haven't made it there yet. So I'm going to do that. And Darryl, I suspect I know what you're going to do.
Get ready for dinner.
Yeah.
Get dinner ready.
Get dinner ready. Yeah.
After a cool, refreshing drink of apple juice.
So we talked about, we're going to do these jobs and then we're going to have omelettes for dinner. It's
too hot. Just
too damn hot.
I guess did eat pretty well for lunch, and I guess just carrying that on for, and just the heat.
Yeah, the heat. So we have a very delicious dinner. Hang on, let me show you. Of crackers and processed cheese. But we have spent this evening kind of just tidying up around the house. Admin, doing a bit of like wipe down with all-purpose spray. Just trying to get her back to her lovely pristine self.
And also just trying to find little tricks on how we can keep ourselves cool in here as well. Like we've got the fans running.
Yeah. We put the curtains up early, maybe not early enough. We're going to have to figure some of this stuff out.
Got some windows cracked by our beds. Hopefully we'll get that nice little cross flow breeze that comes across for us.
Face washing.
We've got a face towel that's slightly damp and put it in the freezer in the and then taking it out, and quite refreshing.
So we knew that Asia was going to be hot. We knew that the first day in the van was going to be hot. We've been in air conditioning for 4 weeks as we've been waiting for the van, and several weeks before there while we were in India waiting for the van, and so this is part and parcel. We might pick up the camera in the morning, just tell you how our sleep was, but if not, we will see you in the next video where we're not just explaining, you know, setting up the van and collecting the van, but we're actually going to show you some of the places that we're visiting while we're here in Malaysia.
And hopefully we find out what happens with our solar panels.
Yeah. So if this is the end, thank you very much, and if not, have a good sleep and we'll see you in like 3 seconds.